Time frame, images of a generation. We grew up in a simpler time. We sang.
Say, kids, what time is it? M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O-U-S-E.
We laughed.
Hello, boy.
I can't believe I ate that whole thing.
We cried.
President Kennedy died at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time.
He's been shot. Lee Oswald has been shot.
We fought. We loved. We were attacked.
Japanese have attacked Pearl Harbor, Hawaii by air.
Our flag was still there. Now these memories come to life on posters that can be yours today. Go to howdyboomy.com for your copies today. That's howdyboomy.com. howdyboomy.com.
Welcome to the Howdy Boomy Show. I was reading the paper this morning and I saw where the New York State Legislature and Governor Kathy Hochul are very close to passing a bill which would ban all gas stoves, furnaces in new buildings beginning sometime in the near future. And I thought to myself, has the world really gone insane? And I sort of remember, I'm going back maybe in the 1990s. I had a neighbor in the country, and his name was Elwin, and he was born in the house that he currently lived in, right next door to ours. A big farm. I think he had 400 acres. He had a couple hundred heads of cows, that he was a milk farmer. And he was in his 60s, never married, walked around with a stake, a big stake, just like Charlton Heston did in Moses in the Ten Commandments. And he walked all over, took care of himself, slaughtered his own cows for food during the winter. And he invited me over for a drink, so I went over just as a nice neighbor. And Ellen was a great guy, as all country guys love to play euchre. And I sat down and I could not believe where I was. I was in the kitchen, big linoleum floor, a big old wood-burning stove like you would see in a Little House on the Prairie. And his sink had the pump on it where you had to pump water through. And off of the kitchen was his bedroom. And that was kept warm by the wood-burning stove he had used to cook his food. This was like you were watching an old-time movie. This is how he lived. That's all he knew. He was born in that house. His parents gave it to him. And that's how he lived, on a wood-burning stove, pumping water through a well. And he was very, very happy. And I thought to myself, is that what the legislature wants us to go through now? Ban fossil fuel. That's what they want to do. Do they know? I know. But here's what I think which would be a tremendous idea. Everyone who voted for this, including our illustrious governor, who at one time was the Erie County clerk in Buffalo, New York, one of the worst Erie County clerks we ever had. She's now the governor of the state of New York because she was lieutenant governor under Andrew Cuomo. And in knowing Andrew Cuomo, you know he wouldn't put anybody underneath him on the ballot who was very, very strong, who would give him any kind of aggravation or suggestions. He wanted someone who was just like Kathy Hochul. Every Sunday, I'd give her a piece of paper, tell her what she's going to do for that week, say, I'll see you next Sunday. That's what she is. She does what she is told. I would like her and every member of the legislature who voted for this insane bill. We could form a task force. How we do it, get a GoFundMe page, hire some people that used to work for Sears, and go in and remove the gas stoves from their houses. Move it from their houses, remove it from their parents' houses, remove it from their families' houses, their sons and daughters. So now they have to go out and figure out a way to cook their food or keep themselves warm. No fossil fuel, because that's the enemy. Remember they used to use the term cooking with gas? Well, think of Elwin's house. You're using wood, which I guess is no longer environmentally sound. And I don't know what they're going to replace it with, but let them find out immediately for themselves by removing their stoves, their appliances, and let them go and suffer just like everybody else is going to suffer. Follow the money. Who is banking this? Who is giving them money to vote this way? That's what's going on. Where are they investing their money? What industries are they putting their money ahead of this vote that they know are going to prosper from passing this insane bill? You know, I remember during the Obama administration, they started with Obamacare, and there were all kinds of caveats. The average man on the street was going to go nuts. But the congressmen were object to this law. They were not subject to it. They didn't have to follow it. They were given money by the government to take care of it. So they passed laws that they themselves do not have to follow. That I can't understand. I would like to say if they pass a law that affects all of humanity, all of the American taxpayer, they should be found out having the effects of the law that they're passing. So they should immediately lose their stoves and let them figure out a way to heat their food. They should be immediately shown the way that the average American lives, not them, that they have to be subject to their own laws. Remove their stoves and let them figure it out. It just sort of amazes me that insanity has gripped the world as far as this climate change, global warming. Do you realize that the United States is the only country on the planet that has gone to this measure and has reduced all their emissions, all the bad things that were supposed to be happening because of our use of aerosol sprays, etc., 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 reduced them by 90%. China hasn't, Russia hasn't, nobody has. We're the only ones, and the idiots running our country want to bankrupt industries, while the rest of the world laughs at us, takes our money, tells us that they're using our money to combat global warming. They're using our money to make themselves fat. Lose your stoves, get a task force. How do we do it? Let me know. Boomy@roadrunner.com. Send me a little email. Say, what kind of task force can we get to hire workers to come in and remove the stoves from everybody who voted for this insane bill in the state of New York? And let them see what they're going to do. It's Sunday. Time to go to church. Go to howdyboomy.com. Join the Great American Peanut Gallery. Make yourself available to see the great gifts that we have, the memories that we have. Enjoy the baby boomer generation. Hope you have a great afternoon. I'll see you after church. God bless you. God bless America.